Larry,
Dan.
how are you?
I'm good, man.
Good to see you. Modern. Modern. So it doesn't look too long.
Are we sharing this?
No.
It's a lot.
Again, more to talk to.
Well, you know what? I'm feeling a little ill, so I do need a doctor.
Yes.
Excellent.
One of the guys I worked with had to leave early. He said, "Oh, time." I got it. He left and a bunch of guys got
My father-in-law was like that. Like, he didn't drink a lot, but he was a liquor salesman. So he always had minis. And then him and his buddy, who was also a liquor salesman, Sammy always had him in his pocket. And like wherever they went, he's just like, that's always his thing. A little nip. So
we know, like, they
what's that?
Yes, it is a company. They're 38. I'll put money on it.
I don't have a 38.
Oh. All right. Right out of the gate. That's about right.
Yeah, no questions on there. I just copied this today off the page, too. Place this shithole. All right, hockey fans, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, hockey fans of all ages and all genders. We are at, I forgot, what is this? I forgot the official name of this stadium, or this rink. Shoot. No, it's at Meacham. There's an actual name. Boy, I looked it up like 9 times today, too. I couldn't remember. Anyway, here we are. We're at Meacham Park in beautiful downtown Syracuse. We've got the visiting team in the black sweaters, the Ontario Bay Storm, starting off going left to right in this first period, versus the home team, the Syracuse City School District Cougars. They're in white, going from right to left. And we'll turn this over to the public address announcer and get our starting lineups and listen to the national anthem.
Now for start lineup for the visiting Ontario Bay Storm. Number 5, Caleb Roberts. Number 8, James Ball. Number 7, Dan-Dalin. Number 11, Colton Gamble.
right, now that we got our starting lineups out there, Syracuse sliding on up. Get ready for the face-off. Officials ready. Goalies ready. Let's play some hockey! James Law taking the face off against Ryan Victoriano. Victoriano pulls that puck back. Syracuse advances it forward. Carter Donnelly lets it sneak by him. David Pierce going after it. Puck comes up high. Caleb Robin not able to hold it. And Grady Etall missed the day they taught offsides in school. Law and Victoriano again. Victoriano sends it forward. Popped up by Pierce. Victoriano with it. Takes us over wide on the right side. Puts this into the corner. Comes up high. Dalin has it. Dallin's going to move to the middle. Nice feed to Robert. Able to pick this up in between his feet. Oh, just gets it around Etall. Not with enough momentum, though, to bring that into the goal. Out with it now. David Pierce jumps that puck, and Syracuse goes off for a partial change. Bank board pass to Dalin. Oh, and he can't keep it with him. But it's returned back to Robert, and it's poked away by Isaiah Paul Hamas. Paul Hamas protecting his older brother, Anthony, who's in the goal. Braden Amadon taking that into the corner. Joey Matz with it, puts us in the middle, swept away by Connor Ledoux, gives us to the center point. Shot fired right up and over into the boarding back there. Just over a minute into the game, and there are still no shots on goal. Oh, that's the guy with the puck. Connor DeMott facing off against Braden Amadon. Amadon pulls this puck back. Syracuse over in the slot shot. Save made by Aiden the Eagle Terry. From the point, fired. And that one hit Aiden in the face. That'll wake you up. And that puck is iced by Ethan Potter. Faceoff comes back to Syracuse at the point. Shot deflected away by Potter. Comes in low. Stephen Wheeler trying to sneak that out before he gets checked by Joey Mathis. Puck comes up and out. Nice job by Ontario Bay clearing this puck once again. Connor DeMont going after it. Miller McDermott turns it back into the neutral. No, Corbin Willis there. Excuse me. Ethan Potter finally stops that puck. Waffles it down the ice. That's not going to make it. Wheeler trying to find speed. Oh, it did make it. Oh, boy. I didn't think that had a chance of having enough juice to make it for the icing yet. There it went. 2 minutes have now gone by, and there's been one shot on goal. No, 2 shots on goal. Face-off won by Ryan Victoriano. Stepping up, though, is Sam Newton. Gets his puck out and through. Jackson Smith chasing after that puck. Isaiah Paul Hamas in there stops Jackson, afraid to apply the body. Come on, you're a big boy, Jackson. Sam Newton lets Victoriano get by him, backhand. And nice job of Corbin Willis being in the way of Hayden Halberter, so he couldn't get his stick down to zip that in. Jackson Smith dumps that in. He runs off before he has to try to check somebody again. Back behind the net, Isaiah Paul Hamas. Oh, Ramus, not able to get that shot. Anthony Paul Hamas pulls this puck out, backhanded by Sam Newton, back into the slot. And coming across the slot, grabbing that is Victoriano. Victoriano feeds that up to Ryan Finnerty. And Hayden Halberta was way in front of him, but we're letting that one go. That's a nice open ice check there. David Pierce coming out with it for Syracuse. Pierce, backhand shot, save made, Aiden Terry. Face off to the right side of Aiden Terry. Face off won by Noah Hotel. He sent around on the far side. Birch just loses it. Coming back to pick it up, Dylan Van Brocklin sends this all the way around for Andrew Gardner. Gardner sends this out into the neutral zone. Turned over. Miller McDermott moves this up, and that gets dumped in by Jeremiah Griffin. Griffin into the corner. Finishes check on Hotel. Versus trying to play this puck out. Held in, though, by Miller. And now out it comes. Syracuse cross-ice pass. Aiden Speaker loses this to Law. But David Pierce dumps this into the corner. Goes after it. It's in the middle. Dalin punches this puck forward. Cameron moving up on the right side. Cameron gets his way around Grady Eatstall. Centering passing. James Law tried smacking that into the goal. It goes into the corner. Cameron touches it, and that's a hand pass. I think he's trying to smack it into the goal. All the way down. I must have missed that page in the rule book. Well, why not in the neutral zone? James Law taking a face off. Sends this over towards the board. Shot fired, blocked in the middle. Drew Schneider battling, trying to get it. Buck's picked up by Caleb Robert. He gets blindsided by Joey Matt. Dalin coming in. Puck goes on that. Anthony Paul Heyman sends it over to the side. Held in at the point by Colton Campbell. In deep, Robert to Dalin. Shot, low, save, Paul Heyman. Puck comes up high and reaching for it and just barely getting it. Colton Campbell held in by Connor Leduc in the corner. Dalin with it. Puck pops up high in the air. Caleb Robert holding it at the top of the hash mark there. Everybody's leaning. Somebody get that puck out. It's loose now and sent back behind the net by Syracuse. Near side, Connor Leduc steps up. And a puck held in by Dalin, but grabbing it, Drew Schneider plays this to the other side. He dumps that in. Syracuse goes off for their change. Connor Leduc picks his puck up in the corner. Fires this forward, too far ahead for Law. Turned back by Victoriano. Syracuse collects this. Drew Schneider with it. Passes this back. It's fed up to Victoriano. Stephen Wheeler tried tripping Ryan, but Ryan didn't fall down. Victoriano moving in with this puck. Cycles around at the hash mark. Fires this all the way up to Eatall at the point. Near point on this side. Shot deflected. Hits the roof and puts another one of them pock marks up in that roof. Victoriano facing off against Stephen Wheeler. Victoriano pulls this back to Eatall. There's a shot off of Aiden's glove into the glass on the far side. Puck held in by Hayden Halbritter. Syracuse not able to center that puck. Little short pass up for DeMott. DeMott taking this on the outside. Dumps this in. Rips this all the way around. Wheeler's got to pick this up in the corner. Steven there. He gets checked by Eatall. Puck comes loose up to the point for Willis. Willis fires this on the right side of the net. Ryan Finnerty back, plays this up to Victoriano. Victoriano crosses over the center line. Nice back checking by Connor DeMont. Shot high. Drops down for Hayden Halbritter. Halbritter to Victoriano into trapezoid. Victoriano centering pass and just poked away by Corbin Willis. Nice defense. This puck comes to Corb. And Sam Newton gets that out. Feeds this to Connor DeMott. DeMott centers that puck, and there's a battle for it in the corner. And Jackson, he pushed him on the shoulder. David Pierce into the corner. Forced in there by Carter Donnelly. Donnelly didn't realize it. There's a blocker saved by Aiden Terry. Grant Harris off the board. Gets this up to Jackson Smith. Smith dumps this puck in. Miller McDermott plays it. Smith blocks it. Takes this into the corner. Turn centering pass. Just misses Caleb Ramus. Carter Donnelly takes that puck away from Aiden Speaker. And that gets touched by a Syracusan on the bench. We'll face off at center ice. I don't know why it's at center ice, but it is.
Noah Hotelli taking the face off. Got Gardner on his right. Puck comes over to this side. Syracuse plays it up. Braden Amidon cycles this around, tries to feed it over to Joey Matz. Matz able to get it by DeMott, but Noah Hotelli back for it. Rips this puck up for Donnelly. Donnelly off the boards for an icing. Speaking of ice, and that's why I bring two waters. Sorry about that. Nice. Still 1-1. Shot! Save made. Puck comes up. Robert trying to feed this forward. Stuffed back in by Braden Amidon. Back with it. Shot Joey Matz. Save made. And it's caught in the blocker of Aiden Terry. Face-off comes back to Van Brockland. Tried clearing it. Held in by Isaiah Paul Hamas. Drew Schneider back in deep. Now in the corner. Puck played up to the point for Charlie Scanlon. Scanlon sends this back in behind the goal. Van Brockland feeds this up to Caleb Robert. Robert touches this out to Law. James moves up. Can't keep that puck with him. It comes back. Robert grabs it. Robert tries dumping this puck in. Stopped by Syracuse's defense. They can't get it very far, though. Law pulls this around. Isaiah Paul Hamas. Shot fired. Glove saved by his big brother, Anthony Paul Hamas. Face off to the left side of Anthony. Connor DeMott taking the draw, pulls this puck over. Wanted to bring it back for Potter. Didn't come back far enough. Syracuse on the far side. That puck around, held in by DeMott. He flings it into the slot. Connor inactive. Syracuse gets this out off the glass. Ryan Finnerty brings this in. Past the Victoriano. Shot, save. Aiden Terry deflected into the glass. Near side Wheeler can't get it out. Willis trying to get it, almost tied his legs up in a knot. That puck slowed down by Willis, swept away by Colton Gamble. Wheeler trying to get it out. Victoriano pushes him off of that puck. That goes in. That is punched by the blocker of Aiden Terry. Stephen Wheeler puts the check on Aiden Speaker. Etall kicks that to the slot, swept away by Connor DeMott. Trying to keep it away from Ryan Finnerty. Sends that puck down. No icing as it glanced in front of Miller McDermott. Stephen Wheeler coming away with that puck. Oh, Victoriano levels him. Now Ryan Victoriano let go of his stick, used his one hand to show Stephen Wheeler the ice. Ryan is a big boy, and he graduates this year. Caleb Ramus taking the face-off for Ontario Bay. Tries pulling this puck back. Chase LaSalle not able to get to it. Coming out, Jeremiah Griffin. Griffin, centering pass, shot, see. Oh, it goes in. David Pierce with the goal. Syracuse goal scored by number 14, David Pierce, assisted by number 8, Jeremiah Griffin. Pierce from Griffin, time of the Cougars goal, 9:28 of the first period, and Syracuse leads 1-0. D-to-D pass from Van Brockland to LeDuc. Puck makes its way up to Verkstis. He sends this into the Syracuse zone, grabbed by Grady Etall. Etall fires this up across his zone to Pierce. Pierce gets this out. LeDuc misses that, and it's punched into the zone by Aiden Speaker. Van Brockman grabs it, sends this around for Andrew Gardner. Gardner feeds this out to Noah Hoteling. Hoteling gets this into the neutral zone. Etal turns it back, and that's dumped in by Jeremiah Griffith. So that was 14 from 8 from 11. Isaiah got a piece of that as well. Buck in the corner, goes off the side of the net. Law sends this over back to the corner. Puck comes out. Drew Schneider in front. Shot, save made. Braden Amnon going after that rebound. Pulled up by Cameron. Nope, that's not Vertzis. That is not my son. Law from the trapezoid. Fires that up for Vertzis. He can't get it out of the zone. Tries again. Now it comes out, and Law picks this puck up. 1-on-2. Law's got Gardner with him. Wow! Almost. Joey Matz picks this puck up, passes it across to Drew Schneider. Schneider tosses it into the Ontario Bay zone. Sam Newton back to play it. Sam short pass over for Connor LeDuc. Off the boards for Dan-Dalin. Dan-Dalin sends this out into the middle. Too far for Law, who's just finishing up his shift. Charlie Scanlon sends that puck into the Bay end of the ice. Ryan Finnerty picks it up in the trapezoid. Come around near side, sends this up to Victoriano. Ryan fires that save made. Rebound picked up by Charlie Scanlon, now taken away by Connor DeMott. DeMott's got Dalin separating wide. Dalin comes out, goes into the middle, pulls that out, and now he was tripped, and I'm glad he got up so quickly because that looked like a knee on knee. I don't like it when my son helicopters through the air like that. So Syracuse Cougars penalty number 9, Ryan Victoriano. 2-minute minor for tripping. Number 9, 2 minutes trip. Time of the minor penalty, 12:08 of the first period. And it's an Ontario Bay power play. Potter feeds this over to Donnelly. Back to Potter, the one-timer. And I think Paul Hamus got a piece of that. Law on the far side, dancing around. Takes that shot, goes high off the glass. Ethan's going to grab it on the near side. Hope. Feeds it into Connor DeMott. DeMott avoids Etal, punches this over to the other corner for Dalin. Dalin up to Law at the hash mark. Dalin to Potter. Potter through the legs. Oh, he saw space. Not able to send it through. What a great attempt. Dalin from the corner. Sends it to Donnelly. Center point. Fires this. Looking for a tip. Backhand. DeMott. Loose puck in the crease top. Now backhanded out. And that gets cleared by Syracuse. Nice offensive pressure by Ontario Bay. Ethan Potter back to pick that puck up. Passes it up to James Law. Law cuts into the middle to avoid Drew Schneider. Law moves into the slot. Puck swept away. DeMott tried feeding it back to him, and Syracuse is able to clear it again. Less than a minute to go in this player advantage for Ontario Bay. Donnelly's going to bring this up on the near side. Hits DeMott. DeMott at the blue line. Soft shot. Paul Hamus doesn't fall for it. Charlie Scanlon rips this around near side. Held in by Donnelly, gives this back to DeMott. DeMott doesn't feed that through the way he intended, and it's cleared again by Syracuse. This one on net. Save made. Aiden Terry dishes to the side. 30 seconds to go. Potter to Ramus, who passes it up to David Pierce in the zone. Donnelly there to cover for him. Sends his puck all the way around. Here comes Caleb Robert. Robert, shot. Blocked by the legs of Isaiah Paul Hamus. Loose puck. Oh! And Caleb Ramus just missed on the side of just to the right side of that goalpost. So incidental minor penalties, Syracuse's number 11, Isaiah Paul Hamas, Ontario Bay's number 5, Caleb Robert, each with a 2-minute minor for roughing at 14:04. 4 seconds of the power play for Ontario Bay remains. At the point, LeDuc sends this back in, gets through everybody. Gardner centering pass. Burke's just not able to connect on it. Gardner sends this over to the center point. It just got tipped by Victoriano, and he's going to win the race. Oh, back checking though. Connor LeDuc gets that puck away. Puck comes all the way out. Burke's this. Chases that down. 5-on-5 hockey, teams are even. Gardner, shot. He's going way wide left. Burks in the corner. And here comes Syracuse feeding this puck out. Hayden Halberter tried passing it to Joey Mathis, who lost it and then dumped it in. Colton Gamble picks this puck up. Gamble tried passing it. It gets deflected away. Law feeds this up to Versus, turned back by Syracuse. LeDuc with the puck now for Obey. He hits, Corbin Willis moving forward. Puck stopped by Royce Thomas, who turns this puck back. Aiden Terry comes out, plays this puck over to the side. Picked up by Syracuse. They send it in deep. Now back behind the net, far corner. David Pierce pulls this out, comes all the way up to the point position, drops it off at the point, fired back in by Syracuse all the way around to the hash mark. Connor DeMott coming over, trying to pull this puck away. David Pierce blocking the boards. This comes poked out by Dallin. Dallin's got Law in the middle. He's going to switch with them, brings this over. Cameron Dallin shot, blocker save. Glove down by DeMott, grab by Royce Thomas. Short pass up, and this is taken away by Corbin Willis. Hayden Albert are there trying to send this back in. Willis sends this back out. Miller McDermott stops. Dallin knocks it away. Brady Etal back to play it. Etal swats this over to the corner. Picking that up, Miller McDermott tries getting it out, and Corbin Willis can't keep it in. He dumps it in. Ontario Bay checks up on sides. Anthony Paul Hamas plays this behind the net for Miller McDermott. McDermott clears this out. Turn back in. There's a late elbow by Joey Mathis. And there goes Joey Mathis now. He takes that shot and goes into the corner. Etal fires that. Terry comes out of the net to play it towards the corner. Drew Schneider takes this back through the trap and gets wrapped up by Law. Wheeler knocks that puck free. Chase Cell goes over in the corner, trying to keep it away from Isaiah Paul Hamas. Braden Amadon. Amadon with it, though, dancing back and forth. 10 seconds to go. Shot deflected by Ryan Finnerty, saved by Aiden Terry. Law pushing that puck away. Loose. Not cleared. Etal holds it. Backhands this back into the slot. And Law clears it out as the buzzer buzzes. And that'll do it. At the end of one period of play, it is Syracuse 1, Ontario Bay 0. Shout out to my sponsors, Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, next to the Dollar General. Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81 in Watertown. Dupree's Cleaning Services, exterior cleaning 315.com. Top Notch Roofing, CNY.com. Servicing Oswego County and all points east, west, and south. Glory Construction and Development. For all of your new building and new structure construction needs, if you're going to have it built in his glory. Servicing Jefferson County, all points north, east, and west. And Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. If you want to be greenside, you got to be Streamside on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski, New York, and Divots Restaurant and Bar, located inside the clubhouse at Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. Good food, cold drinks, great people. Divots Restaurant and Bar. Check it out. Tell them Dan-Dalin sent you. And make it a great day. We'll be back in about 14 minutes with fresh ice.
hustle, we gon' fight, and we gon' roll. But listen, we get drunk, so we don't sleep. We just having fun. We don't care who sees. So we go out. That's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free. Yeah, roll one, smoke one. And we live like this, just supposed to party. Roll one, smoke one, and we all just having fun. We just roll one, smoke one, and we live like this, just supposed to party. Roll one, smoke one, and we all just having fun.
All right, I'm gonna get warm.
Ball. Check 222, 236.
We are back. First line's back out there. There's the face-off, won by Law. That gets dumped in by Syracuse. Picked up deep in the corner by Colton Gamble. Sends it around on the far side. Dan-Dalin picks this up, passes behind Dalin, plays it off the wall. Cameron moves up, winds up, shot, save made. And that rebound goes off of Anthony Paulanis into the netting. Face off to the right side of Anthony. Puck goes in deep, going to work back there. Caleb Robert puts this in the middle. Nobody in there tried to get it off the goalie. Could not do it. Syracuse picks up this puck, taken away by Dalin. Goes in. Ethan Etal, or Grady Etal, takes this back in the middle. Shot. That gets deflected and goes up and out of play off of a defenseman's stick. And I think it looks like that puck may have gone into the dehumidifier. So we'll have to get a new one. Connor DeMott in to take the face off for Ontario Bay. Puck goes over into the corner. Charlie Scanlon sends this back around behind the net. Syracuse brings it up on the far side. Turned back in by Chase LaSalle. Held in momentarily by DeMott, then turned back. If that makes it, it's going to be an icing, and that's going to be on net. Save made. Aiden Terry in the corner. Connor Leduc. A little soft check put on Drew Schneider. Schneider takes us to the corner. Sends this back to the other corner for Joey Mathis. Mathis plays it there. Going to work. Puck knocked free. Chase LaSalle chasing after it. But Braden Amadon sends it up to the point. Fired, deflected, and that hits the roof. We'll have the face-off in the zone. 15:38 to go in the second period. Caleb Ramis taking a face-off against Ryan Victor. Oh, no, against Jeremiah Griffin. He turns this back up. Aiden Speaker, tries dumping his puck in. Stopped by Leduc. Passed over to LaSalle. LaSalle to Jackson Smith. Smith dumps that in, but he was on the wrong side of the center line. Use your body, Jackson! He ices that puck. Noah Hoteling making a plan with Corbin Willis. But Syracuse wins the faceoff. Oh, and this puck gets sent out and pops out. Chasing it down, Noah Verksmith drives this puck into the corner. Noah Hoteling back with Miller McDermott battling in the trapezoids. Try to send this out in front. Verksmith centering pass, and it's knocked over to the side by Syracuse. And here comes Drew Schneider. Turned over. Puck goes back. Green Etal dumps this in. And it is behind Aiden Terry. That almost went off the back of the boards, off of Aiden into the net. It got caught between his skates. That was scary for the Storm. Law into the faceoff. Drives that puck forward. Bringing it. Caleb Robert. 3-on-2. Pass over to Dalin. Dalin winds up. Shot. Save. Paul Heyman. Puck goes to the corner. Dalin picks it up. Sends this up to the point for Sam Newton. Newton tries turning it back to the corner at the half mark. Turned over to Syracuse. Ryan Finnerty skates this out. Soft pass to Victoriano, but Victoriano is offsides when he caught that pass. That's intentional! Did it to us. Ridiculous. Face-off won by Syracuse. Puck gets deflected. Dalin able to knock this up to Caleb Robert. Robert plays this off the board, skates down with it. Robert sends that to the slot, stopped by Grady Etal. taken away by Dalin. Dalin turning around, and that puck poked away by Grady. Eats all off the glass. Van Brocklin not able to keep it in. Puck turned back, and it goes to Law. Law sends us on the far side, battling against Victoriano, and Van Brocklin takes care of Victoriano. Puck goes to Dalin from Van Brocklin. Dalin shot, saves made. Paul Amos. Demott holds that puck, takes it into the corner, now sends it to the trapezoid. Miller McDermott goes after it, picking that puck up. Stephen Wheeler, centering pass gets blocked by Victoriano. Victoriano passes upwards, and that gets dumped in by Hayden Halberger. Ontario Bay trying to play this out quickly, not able to. Coming back, David Pierce, nice steal, pokes this away from Obey. That was grabbed by Isaiah Paul Hamas, dumps this in. Van Brocklin picks this up in front of the net, goes over to the sideboard, skates up with it. He's got Wheeler, passes it behind him. And Isaiah Paul Hamas back to play this puck. Miller McDermott with it, and he sends this up against the netting. I'm not sure why, when Victoriano was on the other side of the blue line and reached back to receive the pass and pull it, it wasn't intentional. They hosed us on a hand pass. There's a shot blocked. That is, Colton Gamble not able to play that. Aiden Speaker coming away with it. Speaker at the top of the circle. Puck comes up to the point, fired in by Charlie Scanlon. Back behind the net is Colton Gamble. Gamble turns this puck over. Caleb Ramus picks it up, though. Ramus fires this up for Smith. Smith not able to catch that, but drives it out with his body. Syracuse picks it up. Oh, Grant Harris almost had glory in his eyes. That pass too far away from Grant, picked up by Isaiah. Isaiah Paul Hamas sends this across the ice. Held in by LeDuc. Taken away by Charlie Scanlon. Scanlon off the boards through the neutral zone. David Pierce skating away with it. Pierce, nice poke check by Connor LeDuc. And Colton Gamble fans on that. At the point, Harris trying to pull that out. Syracuse trying to keep it in. Joey Mathis tried making a move to the goal, not able to. Drew Schneider's going to try now. From the corner, Connor LeDuc takes it away in the trapezoid, kicks that puck over to the corner. Grant Harris reaching for it, gets knocked down. That's what happens when you reach off balance. LeDuc tried passing that up to Smith, taken away by Syracuse. Pass across, goes into the corner, played off the boards by Schneider. Schneider buries Gamble into the boards. Centering pass, misses, comes all the way up to the point. Grady eats all. That is off the leg of Grant Harris. Puck comes out. Jackson Smith skating after it. Smith tries giving this to Grant, but Grant wanted a rest. So does Jackson Smith. No, Braden Amadon would rather get a goal. Amadon coming in. Cycles around, wrap around, save made, rebound, save. Eatall holds that at the center point, fires it in, deflected, goes wide. Coming over is Verxis. Noah gets us out into the neutral zone. Icing waved off. Hoteling going after it. Miller McDermott misses. Hoteling glides softly into Miller so as not to hurt him. Joey Mack is on the near side trying to pull this out. Syracuse driving forward. Braden Amadon takes this up into the O-zone. Amadon, he's going to take a shot. Glove saved by Aiden Terry. Puck comes up for Noah Verxis. Verxis through the neutral zone. Verxis on the right side. Leaves this for Gardner. Gardner not able to get that shot off. Comes back up. And Sam Newton sends that in and absorbs a hit from Joey Mathis. Gardner's shot wide left off the backboard. Picked up by Verxis, taken away by Ryan Victoriano. Gardner going in after Victoriano. Squeezes him against the boards. And if this makes it, it's going to be an icing. And icing it is. We'll bring the face-off back down to the scoreboard end of the arena. 10:03 to go in this second period. 1-0 Syracuse Cougars holding on to the lead. Oh, and hi, Jess. I just saw your message there. Puck kick forward. James Law trying to shovel it up. Stopped by Ryan Finnerty. Back in the Syracuse zone. Law battling. Puck comes up. Victoriano with it. Victoriano trying to skate around, stay behind Ramus. Comes into the middle. Dallin turns around. Pokes that puck away. Not enough, though. Victoriano takes it back behind the net. He goes around on the far side. Almost lost it. Regains possession. 7 point. Drops it off to the point. That gets deflected away. Nice job by Caleb Ramus blocking that puck. Blocks it again with his skate. Held in, though, but a puck goes right to James Law. Here's Law. So 1-on-3. Law goes into the corner. Puck goes over to the other side. James and Dallin aren't communicating very well right now. They spent a lot of time on the ice together this past weekend. Nice hole there by Chase LaSalle, keeping that puck in. Taken away, though, by Hayden Halbert. He passed this off. Syracuse sends this off the boards into the neutral zone. That's too many men on the ice. Andrew Gardner sends this up. Dallin able to get it out. Turned right back in, though, by Ryan Finnerty. Sends this in deep. Chase LaSalle chasing after it. David Pierce going in. Carter Donnelly sends this up. Top of the circle. Aiden Speaker sends this to the point. From the point, fired. Gets deflected off the skate of Jeremiah Griffith. Gardner picks this puck up. Passes it across to Law. Law, hard time catching that pass. Dumps his puck in. And that line's going to go off to complete their change. Gardner goes in. Waiting for the rest of his forwards. While he's waiting, puck taken away by David Pierce. Pierce over the center line. Tries dumping that in. And Van Brocklin with a nice glove. And that puck able to be gotten out by Hoteling. Here's Verksis going in. He's got DeMott with him. Back in. Oh, Grady Eatall. The great diving back check. Gets up trying to recover. Puck comes into the neutral zone. Sent in by David Pierce. On the far side, Drew Schneider picks this up. Battling against Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin fires this around. Caught by Braden Amadon in front of his door. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Syracuse still with it. Now it's poked away. Charlie Scanlon with it sends this across. Touched in by Syracuse. Goes to Van Brocklin. He tried to fire it out. Caught by Joey Mathis. Van Brocklin not giving up, though. Lifts this puck. Gets this out. Connor DeMott pulls this by Charlie Scanlon. DeMott and Scanlon with the stick check. Able to get that away. Rips that in deep around back on the far side. Ethan Potter goes to pick that puck up and go to work in the corner. Battling for it. Syracuse's Braylon Amadon sends this up along the boards. And Van Brocklin still on the ice. A lot of minutes for Dylan. Battling like a fiend. Puck comes up. LeDuc shot! Wide right. And that gets covered up by Anthony Paul Hamas. Poked at by Connor DeMott. There's to show him that he's a pesky little bugger. 6:52 to go in this second period. 1-0 Syracuse with the lead. Face off to the left side of Anthony Paul Hamas Jr. Caleb Ramus in to take the face off. Going to try pulling it to Grant Harris in the middle, and Syracuse wins the draw. Isaiah Paul Hamas tries banking this out. Not able to. Poke back in. Ramus with it. Sends this back over. Back in by Smith to Harris. Donnelly shot off the leg of Hayden Halbert. Halbert coming back. It's a 2-on-1. Sam Newton over there. Shot. Glove save. Hayden the Eagle Terry. 6.5 minutes to go in this second period. Here at Meacham Ice Rink in Syracuse, New York. Face-off, snapped forward by Law. Shot, save made. LeDuc swings this over to the corner. Trying to gain possession, comes up to the point, dumped in by Royce Thomas. James Law going in, trying to get that puck out in the corner. Colton Gamble trying to help out. Law comes away with it. Law passes up to Caleb. Here's Dallin. Backhand shot. Save made. Anthony Paul Hamas Jr. Law shot. Deflected away. Dallin turned. Shot low. Save Paul Hamas. And he's going to gobble that up like a hungry hippo. Just under 6 minutes to go in the second period. I haven't seen him touch the puck yet either. I haven't seen him on the ice. Face off won by Law, goes in deep. Got Caleb Robert in the crease. Passes across and misses. Colton Gamble. Puck comes out. Gamble out to play this puck. It takes it into his own zone. Puck goes in deep, and James Law back plays this around for Connor Leduc. Leduc sends this up along the boards. Down, fires this out, gets deflected away, but finds the twig of James Law. Law over the blue line, getting attacked by Grady Etal. Puck goes up, drops down behind the net. Etal collects it. Here's Grady Etal coming out into the neutral zone. Passes that puck up for Jeremiah Griffith, and that's taken away by Connor Leduc. Somebody's yelling about something, and it doesn't make sense to anyone. Law shot goes nowhere. DeMott leaves that puck in the slot. Miller McDermott. Oh, not Miller. That is David Pierce coming back. Nice stick lift by Cameron Dallin into the corner. Puck goes off the side of the net, picked up by Connor Leduc. Leduc passes up for DeMott. DeMott off the boards. Picks his puck up, takes it into the O-zone. Shot save made, Paul Heyman. DeMont goes in, gets around Pierce, sends it to the other corner. Blocked by Stephen Wheeler. All over it, Grant Harris. Or Ethan Potter, even. Grant Harris, not even close. Puck comes up high, stopped by Chase LaSalle. Oh, comes out, though, and taking this down, Braden Amidon. Amidon into the slot, toe drag shot, save, Aiden Terry. Huh? .4:23 to go in the second period. 1-0, Syracuse with the lead. Obey wins this face-off, taken over, though, by Ryan Victoriano. In deep, Hayden Halbert, back behind the net, sends this up to the point. From the point, shot fired, and that goes off the stick of Connor DeMott and hits a giant garage door. No need for the netting on the sides. Needed behind the goal. Ryan Victoriano taking the face-off against Noah Hoteling. Syracuse comes away with that puck, sends it in deep. Carter Donnelly sends this around the boards, comes back through the trapezoid. Chase LaSalle after it in the corner. Chase got Hayden Halberter on him. Now Noah Hoteling comes in there. Andrew Gardner pulls that puck away and sends that puck down. Referee has no idea who hit it, so he says no icing. Pretty sure it was Gardner. That's all right. Here comes Syracuse with the puck now. With speed, Charlie Scanlon weaving his way around. Gardner with a nice slash shot, save made. Aiden Terry. Excuse me. 3:37 to go in this period. Drew Schneider's going to face off against James Law. Puck comes all the way across for Dallin. Cameron skating up behind McDermott. Draw shot, just misses wide left. And by just, I mean 12.5 inches. Law in the corner. Tying that puck up. Caleb Robert going in to help out. Puck comes out. Syracuse with it. Puck fired. Nice back checking. Corbin Willis grabs that puck, turns it back up. Robert trying to send it forward. Grady Etal dumps it in. Syracuse got to check up on sides while they do. Sam Newton back to play that puck. Newton passes it up to Dallin. Dallin tries one touch with a cross to Robert. Stopped by Grady Etal. Syracuse is offside. Pass to Dallin. Dallin. Shot deflected away by Miller McDermott. Dallin going to work in the trapezoid. Now he's in the corner. Sends it up along the boards to Jackson Smith. Smith's momentum takes him. Excuse me. Joey Mathis. Puck deflected. Goes into the corner. Connor Leduc to play it. Jackson Smith couldn't get that away. Braden Amidon sends it across. Shot from the center point. Deflected and saved by Aiden Terry. Syracuse passes this up. Drew Schneider fires it. Blocked by Law. Sent into the corner by Miller McDermott. And that is snuck out by Connor Leduc. Caleb Ramus getting on his horse, trying to get around Miller McDermott, and does. McDermott tries to trip him, but can't. Whole lot of crazy skating going on. Here's Victoriano with the puck, weaving his way through, and he lost the puck. Goes into the corner, sends this behind for David Pierce. Pierce, and that puck gets deflected by Van Brocklin. Fed out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Van Brocklin to Ramus. Ramus sends this to the middle, caught there by Syracuse. Syracuse trying to go in. Ramus almost lost his stick. Nice stop by Van Brocklin. Picking that puck up, though, David Pierce. Van Brocklin again, soft pass. He wants to see Ramus skate, so do I. Puck sent all the way across. Played off the boards by Hayden Halberger. Connor LeDuc went in for the butt check. Now he finishes. Puck comes all the way around near side. Isaiah Paulhamus fires that in, and Aiden Terry holds on for the faceoff. Dude, that was some awesome play by Dylan Van Brocklin right here. Just not giving up. Soft touches, not overreacting, didn't ice it. Just trying to feed Caleb. Caleb's probably exhausted, been out there for like a minute 10. All right, Anthony Paulhamus was having some equipment issues that has been rectified. Braden Amanon taking a face-off against Connor DeMott. That's almost a shot on goal. Pass out to Harris. Fed over to Connor. Oh, Connor almost got that through the legs. Ethan Potter, sorry. Last minute of the second period. That shot save made by Aiden Terry. Syracuse trying to put pressure on. Puck goes back behind the net. Connor comes up high, and holding that puck in is Charlie Scanlon. Sends this in deep. Drew Schneider picks it up, skates this up to the hash mark, then dumps that puck in back behind. Carter Donnelly goes to play that puck in the corner, feeds this up at the point. Charlie Scanlon holds it, sends it back, and Donnelly grabs it. Soft pass up for Ethan Potter. Potter over the blue line. Shoved head first into the boards. We generally advise against doing that, sometimes even call penalties when that happens, just to prohibit it from happening again. .2 seconds to go in the second period. Ontario Bay trails by 1. Law taking a face-off. Dalin at the top of the circle. Law's going to pull that back. Cameron's going to grab it and feed that puck in deep to the trapezoid. Looking for somebody to pass to. Back there with them, James Law. Got Caleb Robert in the crease. Couldn't get his twig on that puck. Dalin at the hash mark. Loses that puck into the slot. Picked up by Miller McDermott. McDermott clears this out. And, icing is waved off. And Carter Donnelly jumped over David Pierce like Evel Knievel. It's a shot blocked in front, and that'll do it. At the end of 2 periods of play, the score remains 1-0. Syracuse Cougars holding on to a slim lead. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, we doing that now? Yeah, normally. What's up, Brett? It's like the boys haven't skated enough in the last couple of days. Remember, Two Broke Moms closed tomorrow, open on Wednesday for that last-minute shopping. They are the official provider of the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence merchandise. Get something for your loved one now. Or on Wednesday. Symphony Sam!
we'll teeter, right? We'll have good days and whatnot. Actually, like all of Section 3 this year is pretty shitty. Yeah, like RFA is the only team that's got like more than 3 good players on. They're gonna run away with the division. Everybody else, even West Denny, they're on the so-so. So, let's see. We'll see how it goes, though. You know? Huh? I should try to. This is one of the colder rings. Yeah, she wanted. It's probably not too far from here. She's right out the lobby now. Yeah,
Bruce Springsteen, is that you?
Nice, take a shit.
Oh. Oh, the bathroom's open?
Oh, I know.
All right. I say it all the time. Bruce Springsteen, great artist, always sounds like he's on the toilet.
Oh, damn it. It was, can't unsee it kind of thing.
Good job, Ice Crew. All right, come on. My mom bought the tickets, gave them, no thanks. Gave them to Estelle. Estelle didn't want to hold them. I'm like, hey, possession's 9-10, baby. And number 3 is underway. Victoriano into the offensive end shot. Oh, bar and out. Picked up by Syracuse. Jump back in. And this is caught on the near side. Caleb Robert. Wow, spinning around. I thought he was going to fall down. I was going to wait until he did. Puck swatted back. Carter Donnelly catches this for Ontario Bay. Takes this up into the neutral zone. Hits the center line. Dumps that puck down. Goes all the way around. Picked up by Dan-Dalin at the hash mark. He feeds this in deep for Robert to go to work. Leaks up. Miller McDermott takes this back behind the net on the near side. Puck gets fired off the glass out into the neutral zone. And Chase LaSalle fires this across. Robert picks it up off of the stick of Braden Amadon. Shot taken. Connor DeMott deflected. Hits the rail. Drops down in the corner. Robert fires this back to the other corner. Dalin over there looks at Ryan Finnerty. And Finnerty takes that puck away. Puck dumped in by Hayden Halbritter on the far side. Connor LeDuc plays it. Back for Connor DeMott. Coming in, Joey Mathis. Mathis picks that puck up. DeMott not giving up. Nice forecheck by Connor. Can't clear it though. Fired from the point by Isaiah Palhamus and deflected out of play by Aiden the Eagle Terry. 15:41 to go. Well, my tickets now. Connor DeMott for the faceoff. Fires that forward. Goes to Isaiah Palhamus. Shot saved. Made. DeMott. Nice stick lift there. Puck grabbed by Corbin Willis.
Willis kicking and swinging, taking that puck away though. Braylon Amadon. Excuse me, I've been saying Braydon. It's Braylon. That puck pulled away. Noah Hotel feeds us across to Ethan Potter. Potter not able to hold on to it. Charlie Scanlon takes that puck away, passes this across. Sam Newton pulled it, and that gets dumped in by Steven Wheeler. Isaiah Paul Hamas passes that to his brother, Anthony. You don't normally pass to the goalie, but here we are. This puck comes out, turned back by Wheeler. Fed up by Syracuse. Joey Max brings this puck in, goes towards the slot, now into the corner. Drew Schneider with it. Schneider takes out Sam Newton coming in, though. Caleb Ramus fires that puck up, held in by Grady Etal. Goes off of Ramus, picked up by Corbin Willis. Willis got David Pierce riding him. Pierce with the puck now. Top of the slot, center point, passed over to Grady Etal. Plays it off the point, shot fired. Grabbed by Ramus. Caleb skates this puck out. Got Jackson Smith in front of him. Shot, save, Anthony Paul Hamas Jr. Aiden Speaker there. Shot, Ramus doesn't make it through. Gets blocked in front, goes back to the corner. Miller McDermott playing on it with Grant Harris. Grant trying to tie him up. Ramus in there trying to pull this puck free. Pulling it away, though, David Pierce. Pierce pulls his puck up into the neutral zone. Drew Schneider advancing forward with it. Over the blue line. Nice toe drag. Shot, save. Terry Schneider off the boards. Back in front again. Backhand from the slot. No. Thought about passing it to Etal. Must not like him for some reason. Probably stole his girlfriend. In the trapezoid. David Pierce with that puck. Pierce chases after it into the corner. Along the boards. Pierce loses it, but held in by Syracuse. Shot fired. Glove down by Ramus. And Ramus hits David Pierce in the face. This puck sent across by Ontario Bay, now fed back and picked up by Dylan Van Brockman over the blue line in the middle. Oh, I thought DVB was going to take that shot. Puck gets turned back, and that's going to be an icing. I get DVB, man. I thought he was going to take that shot. Oh, man. He's playing good today. Law, the face-off, guards that puck, puts it into the middle. Dan-Dalin can't get there in time. Noah Bedell feeds this out into the neutral zone. Turned back in by Colton Gamble. Syracuse plays this behind the net. Big hit, Isaiah Paul Hamas on Caleb Roberts. Puck pulled away. Ryan Victoriano feeds this over to Paul Hamas. Paul Hamas stops short. Puck comes back and out of the zone. Law trying to take advantage of it. And he's off. Is that a slash? I missed that slashing. Nah, he didn't have possession of the puck. I know he didn't have possession because he was trying to slash. Now, Law asking, like, if I've got bruises on my shin, and referee's going to toss Hoteler. So Versus with the face-off. Syracuse comes away with the puck, driven in by Ryan Finnerty. Finnerty into the corner. Now back behind the net. Puck comes out in the middle, and Versus picks it up. Oh, loses it as Ryan Victoriano heads that to the point, dumps it in deep. Gamble back to play it. He lets Wagner get it? No, he let Hayden Halberger get it. Now Andrew Gardner fires that off the side of the net. That was scary. Shot taken by Etal off the blocker of Aiden Terry. Back out to Grady. Grady Etal winds up shot. That one sails high into the glass. Far side, Miller McDermott sends us back into the corner. Connor LeDuc over there battling, trying to pin that puck up against the board until help comes around. Puck gets fired around near side. Andrew Gardner trying to fire this out. Etal fires it. Deflected. Save made. And that official, I thought, was going to say it was a goal before the puck even made it to the goalie. Yeah. Now, they're all the way up at the blue line. What are they going to do? Line one back out there. Puck driven at the goal by Drew Schneider. Schneider going in after that puck, and somebody from Ontario Bay is just sitting on it. Law squeaks that puck free. Dalin, tried feeding it out. And there's a penalty. That's going to be a hole against Syracuse. Syracuse penalty on number 7, Drew Schneider. 2-minute minor for holding. Number 7, 2 minutes hold. Time in the minor penalty, 5:30 of the third period. And it's an Ontario Bay power play. And that hit the roof. And it's going to be a face-off in the zone. Face-off will be to the right side of Anthony Paul Hamus Jr. James Law squaring off against Braylon Amadon. The official picking up the asbestos that fell onto the ice. Makes her good chewing gum. Law wins the draw, brings that puck into the corner. Gives it to Dalin. Dalin back to Law. Law feeds this to Potter. Potter over to Donnelly. Donnelly backhands this to Dalin. Dalin steps up. Circle shot. Save. Paul Hamus. Puck drops down. It's on the side of the net, and now it's in the crease. It got caught. Paul Hamus had it. We'll have another face-off to the right side of Anthony Jr. .134 to go in this player advantage. Law with the puck. It got knocked away by Syracuse. Nice D. And that clearing attempt does not clear. Potter with it. Winds up. Shot right into the glove of Anthony Jr. .123 to go. Law pulls this to DeMott. Etal swings and misses, fires this up at the head of Law. This goes all the way down. Aiden Terry's going to stall it and run away from it. Puck picked up by Ethan Potter. Potter's got Donnelly in front of him, sends this across to Law. Law penetrates over into the offensive end, goes in deep into the corner. Chasing it, that puck's got Victoriano on him. Still has that puck, leaves it for Dalin. Dalin goes to the trapezoid, cuts back. Miller McDermott guarding him. Dalin feeds this back to the point for Carter Donnelly. Donnelly back over to Law. Law shot! Misses on the near side, and Ethan Potter can't get it. And Donnelly's going to have to hustle down and pick that puck up. 40 seconds to go in the power play for Ontario Bay. Donnelly feeds this forward for Dalin at the blue line. Sent in by Donnelly. Ripped shot on net. Save made. Aiden Terry. Rebound comes up high for Potter. Potter takes us behind his net. 25 seconds. Feeds this out to DeMott. Nice catch by DeMott. Shot. Save made. Rebound. Drops down. And it is picked up by Isaiah Paul Hamus. Paul Hamus down into the offensive end. Sends this in back behind the goal. 10 seconds to go in the power play. DeMott with it. Over the blue line. Loses that puck. Etal sends it back. And the teams return to even strength. Not funny. Those 5 guys are out there for the whole 2 minutes and they couldn't make anything happen. They had plenty of time. Braden Amadon. Tries passing this back to the point, but Charlie Scanlon had moved over to the center point position. Anthony Jr. stalls that back behind the net. Held in deep by DeMott. And there's Grant Harris. Bouncing puck, so hard to handle. .856 to go in this 1-0 game. Noah Hoteley taking the face-off. Sends this puck over to the boards. Puck comes up high. LaSalle sends it back in. Comes back to Chase. Chase puts this in deep. Going after it is Versus and Gardner. Gardner gives it to Versus. Versus fires this all the way around for Connor LeDuc. LeDuc sends this back into the corner for Noah Versus. He tries centering it, gets blocked by Grady Etal. Taken into the corner by Ryan Victoriano. Victoriano pulls this puck out into the neutral zone. Ryan Victoriano gets this into the slot and it's taken off the play by Connor LeDuc. Nice defense by Connor. Victoriano with it again. Puck knocked away. Etal to Clapper. Victoriano shot. Save made. Loose puck on the side of the net. They've got Hayden Halbert all wrapped up. Back behind the net. Gardner sends this all the way around. Nice check up there by Versus. Over across. And Drew Schneider not able to grab that puck, and he had a wide open net if he did. Alberter behind the net. Centering pass off of LeDuc. LeDuc doesn't know it's next to his leg. Now he found Victoriano sends this up to the point for Miller McDermott. McDermott fires it back in. Save made. Loose puck comes over to the side. Now dumped in deep by Alberter. LeDuc fires this. I think he tried to pass that to me. That would have been a good choice. Grady Etal with the puck. Cycles us around in the neutral zone. Has to wait for Halbert to come on sides. Can't get by Chase LaSalle. Etal with it. Now dumps this into Schneider. Schneider out in front. Loses his puck. And LeDuc guarding it for Aiden Terry to gobble it up like a largemouth bass and a bullfrog. Go! $7:26 to go in this game. Line one back out there again for Ontario Bay. Face-off won by Syracuse. Dumped in by Charlie Scanlon. Picked up back behind the net by Isaiah Paul Hamas. Nope, kidding. David Pierce. Colton Gamble loses that puck. Syracuse coming around with it. And that's Law almost ran away with it through the legs. Save made. Aiden Terry keeping this game alive. Coming away with this puck, Corbin Willis feeds this to Dalin. Dalin and Corbin. Dalin loses at the blue line. You're walking home, kid. Law trying to pick this back up to cover for his forward buddy, his line mate. Not able to. Cougars coming back with it. Joey Mathis dumps this in, then dumps my son. Braylon Amidon cycles this round to the point. Pass across to Isaiah Paul Heyman. Clapper from the top of the circle off of David Pierce into the corner. Now back behind the net. Gamble in there trying to get it away from Mathis and does place it up the board for Dalin. Dalin off the door. Comes back for Syracuse. Mathis with it. Shot goes nowhere. Law fires this off the glass. That puck comes out. Caleb Roberts going to try hustling after that, and there's no way he can get there in time. That is an icing, and we'll bring the face-off all the way back down by Aiden Terry. 6:09 to go in this game. 1-0 Syracuse, holding on by a thread. Stephen Wheeler facing off against Victoriano. Victoriano pulls that back to Etal. Etal can't keep it in the zone. He cycles this all the way back to his zone. Held in by Wheeler. Centering pass to Mott. Needs a longer stick. What is happening? Who has the puck? Drew Schneider comes out with it over the center line into the offensive end. He gets checked by Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin goes after the puck, rips it all the way around. Etal fires it back. That went off the hand of Hayden Halbritter. Makes its way over to Stephen Wheeler. Wheeler to Donnelly. Back to Wheeler. A whole forearm. Aiden Speaker feeds this in deep. Victoriano sends this out high. Isaiah Paul Hamas to Etal. Etal drifting back off the boards. Picked up by Donnelly. Donnelly moving forward. Gets this by Etal. Donnelly into the corner. Oh, off the post. Comes back. Grady Etal picks it up. Fires this up into the middle. Puck collected by Braylon Amidon. Amidon trying to get around Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin with a nice stick lift. Puck goes harmlessly across the zone. Grabbed by Isaiah Paul Hamas. Now cleared out. Syracuse on their heels with less than 5 minutes, holding on to a 1-0 lead. Van Brocklin with the shot. Potter, deflected by Paul Hamas. It's in. We're Where's the puck? Put it in for us, Tony. What's that?
Just fall in.
4:37 to go in this 1-0 game. We'll have a face-off to the left side of Anthony Paulhamus Jr. So this was good. Ontario Bay, they're talking to each other to catch their breath. Olsen wisely asked the official a question so they can catch more breath. Face off one, Law drives it into the trapezoid. Law comes around, shot. Oh, nobody able to get a stick on it. Puck held in by Connor Leduc. Caleb Robert, loses that against the boards. Syracuse able to get that puck out. Connor Leduc comes across, picks that puck up, sends it back into the neutral zone. Robert moving in. Robert! Oh, save Paulhamus! Law! Save Paulhamus! Puck is back behind the net. Etal sends it up to the hash mark, comes back to Law. Law's down. I wonder how he fell. He must have tripped over something. Braylon Amadon with the puck from his trapezoid. That puck over to the hash mark, picked up by David Pierce. Pierce coming out with this puck, passes it across. Joe Mathis shoots wide right. Victoriano tries coming up like a hero. Dalin steals the puck from him. Here comes Cameron Dalin back the other way. Cameron, a 1-on-3. Cameron leans, stops, comes back. He's looking for somebody wearing black. Dallin's still in there. Puck taken away. Willis holds that in. Fires it back to Cameron. Why not? He goes in the air. Isaiah Paulhamus shoves him down to the ice. Here's Victoriano back. Puck goes through Colton Gamble. Corbin Willis picks his puck up. Take it, Corb! Charlie Scanlon gets a piece of that puck. Plays it over to Isaiah Paulhamus. Paulhamus off the boards into the neutral zone. That gets touched by Drew Schneider. What did I call him? Okay. I think I can call him. No, Scanlon was a kid. I don't know. Who knows? All right, loose puck. Ethan Potter's going after it, so I'm told. Swing and a miss. Grady Etal. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Drew Schneider gives it to Victoriano. Victoriano trying to fight through two players. Drops it off, and now grabbing it. Schneider shot. Save made. Puck swept away by Stephen Wheeler. Caleb Ramus trying to get this out. Goes back into the corner. Victoriano not there. That is Drew Schneider. Puck comes up to the point. Sent back into the corner by Miller McDermott. 2:10 to go. Drew Schneider with it. Schneider drops this back in. Back out to Drew. Next gets knocked away. Ethan Potter picks this puck up. Potter's got Wheeler with him. Potter crosses with Wheeler. Dumps his puck into the corner. Less than 2 minutes to go in this game. When will Aiden Terry get pulled? I don't know. James Law with the puck. Puck comes out high. LaSalle tries feeding it right back into the crowd. Puck gets past the open ice for Grady Etal. Etal at the blue line. Loses his puck. Connor Leduc comes back. Oh, he tried passing. Goes off the leg of David Pierce. Pierce recovers with that puck. Passes it up to Joey Mathis. Mathis into the offensive end. Back checking Caleb Robert. Gets that puck free. Nice stick lift by James Law. In the corner, Chase LaSalle doesn't have to go after it because Stephen Wheeler will. Now it comes back. LaSalle battling against David Pierce. Pierce has it, comes up high, drops his puck off. LaSalle sends this back. And Stephen Wheeler is going to go to the box because Joey Mathis tried juggling his stick in the air. It was a stick lift. Interference. It was a stick lift. Well, Ontario Bay, second penalty of the game, happens at 16 minutes. So much for pulling the goalie. Ontario Bay's going to have to tie this one up shorthanded. Ontario Bay penalty number 2, Stephen Wheeler, 2-minute minor for interference. Number 2, 2 minutes interference. Time of that minor penalty, 16:00. Pass across, shot, goes off the outside of the bar. Loose puck, Law with it. Law hits Dalin in the chest. That was weird. Puck comes back, grabbed by Donnelly. Donnelly sends this down the length of the ice. Paul Hamus with the save, puts his puck back behind. Etal comes around near side, feeds this to Victoriano. Victoriano goes back, and it's an interference call. You call it on one, you got to call it on the other when it happens within the same 10 seconds. That was interference. All right, so we're going to have 4-on-4 hockey. Unless we start with the goalie on the bench, which we ought to do. We're down by 1 with 26 seconds to go. We don't need a goalie. We need another forward. Who's doing all the talking over there? So it is timeout Ontario Bay, I'm sure. So this is the only play I can think of is you start with the goalie on the bench, and Aiden Terry is on the bench. We're gonna wait a minute. It looks like we're gonna have Colton Gamble, Carter Donnelly, Connor LeDuc, Cameron Dallin, and James Law. Interesting selection. "26 seconds to go. 4-on-4 hockey. This game will end in 4-on-4. Law facing off against Victoriano. Victoriano pulls this puck back, grabbed by Braylon Amnon. Now Dallin has it, feeds this to Law, gets this up to Carter Donnelly. Donnelly back over to Law. Law gets this to Dallin in the corner. Dallin, it got deflected off the stick of Braylon Amnon. Law shot, save, and Paul Hamus holds on to it. 9.3 seconds to go. Law again. Puck goes towards Dallin. Now in the middle. Law! Oh, couldn't get that shot on goal. It goes into the corner 3 seconds ago. Trying to pull it out. Puck goes behind the net, and that's going to do it. Wow. What a game. What a game. Syracuse Cougars come away winning this one by a score of 1-0. I don't think I've seen this Ontario Bay Storm team fight any harder than they did tonight. Every single one of those players on the ice contributed over 110% towards the outcome of this game. There was no lollygagging, no heels, no watching. Everyone that touched the ice touched it with an intense amount of vigor. So much so, I'm exhausted. I'm going to go to bed. I'm sleeping in the car the whole way home. I hope Karen's driving, and it's not me. So this one ends in a 1-0 victory for Syracuse. Ontario Bay is starting to figure out how to put it together. Let's see what happens this weekend in Clayton for the TI tournament. Brought to you live by me, Dan-Dalin, a positive influence. Hey, Paul Hamus, good game, kid. So again, this one from Meacham ends in a 1-0 victory for Syracuse. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence. Thanking all of my sponsors. Again, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And remember, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day, everyone.